Excuse my incredibly dirty workspace. But anyway, let's get to this project. So to start off, you're going to need 3 of these signs. They're kind of like beveled or whatever you call it at the ends. These are the ones from Halloween. I do believe that they have different kinds at Dollar Tree, but these are the signs that I am using from Dollar Tree. Obviously $1 each. I'm going to be putting them together like this. I messed up on this one. I'm gonna have to sand this one to get all the glitter off and try to get as much of the paint off without damaging the sign. And then I'm gonna paint over it anyways. I'm just probably going to have to use a couple of coats. This is what you're actually wanting to do. So let me show you. I did these yesterday. So this is what the back is going to look like. I got these jumbo popsicle sticks from Walmart. If I can find the price, I will put it up here on the screen. But these jumbo craft sticks from Walmart, I'm not completely sure. Oh, it says 45 in a pack. So I first started by getting some painter's tape to put them together. And then I used the Gorilla wood glue to put on the popsicle sticks, and I used a generous amount. I painted it on with a paintbrush and let it dry overnight. I did have to put some books and other heavy objects on top because once these craft sticks, warning, once those craft sticks are subjected to like wetness or the glue, they start curving. So you need something to put on top of them to keep them flat. And this is very, very sturdy. This feels very, very sturdy so that the front part looks like this. And you don't have to sand or anything. You just got to paint over it. So, yep, showing you my mistakes, which I did it to the back of this, and I didn't realize it until this morning. And I was like, no! But it's okay. It's just going to take me a little extra work. So, I am making doubly sure that these are the correct side that I will be applying the popsicle sticks to. Once we're done, which I will show you on here, once we're done painting and everything, I am going to be using this craft paper, which I bought at Dollar Tree. It is craft paper roll, and you get 15 feet of this. I'm going to be using this on the back. I mean, it doesn't matter what's on the back. No one's really going to see it. But I am doing this for a bridal shower. And the bride, I do intend for her to take these, or we're just going to gift them out after we're done with the bridal shower. And I just figured, why not? It's only $1 for this roll. And I will be applying it to the back just so that it just looks a little bit more nicer. Okay, guys. I'm starting off by getting this painter's tape, and this is my expensive painter's tape. I couldn't find my Dollar Tree painter's tape, so any kind of painter's tape does work, but I am just going to put it down on the seams of the boards so that the boards will stay together, and the glue hopefully won't come to the boards. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Set this somewhere on top of something you don't care about glue possibly seeping onto. So I'm using my wood glue after I've put down my painter's tape, and I'm getting a brush and I'm smoothing it out so that it's all over the surface of the back of that big giant popsicle stick, and then I am laying them down the way I want to so that the board is all glued together. And this is really, really sturdy. I actually ran out of my wood glue and I need to go get more. The wood glue just is is so strong once it dries. This sign was very, very sturdy. I was really, really pleased with how it came out. So just watch as I glue everything together. I have got all of the popsicle sticks down and glued. So what I want to do next is put heavy stuff on top of it. And whenever I flip this over, once it is dry, it will look like this one. All right, guys, I will show y'all whenever it is all done. Once the popsicle sticks are dried, or excuse me, once the glue has dried on the popsicle sticks, I'm getting these brushes from Dollar Tree. I really found these so useful. This pointed tip one was awesome, and this one I need to go and find more of these actually. So if you see them in your Dollar Tree, absolutely grab them. So using my white apple barrel paint from Walmart, it's very inexpensive, great deal. I am going to paint this entire sign. I think I did 2 coats. It doesn't have to be completely opaque because this is a rustic sign. These signs from Dollar Tree Family and Thankful, I will be completely painting black except for the back, and we're going to be wood gluing these onto the front of our sign. I actually got the inspiration from a sign that me and Serafina saw at Hobby Lobby, but the price was ungodly even with the discount, and I knew I could make the sign for way cheaper. I think it was less than $10 to make this sign. It's completely ridiculous. But if you can definitely do it yourself, do it because it came out so cute. I can't wait to get to the end and you see what it looks like. I'm going to take these poster stickers, and luckily I had some already used, so I could just use the outline of the letter to get some black paint after I cut them out and laid them on the board the way I wanted to, and color inside of the letters. These rub on transferred. I looked all over and I finally found them. For those who live in Waco, they were at the Central Texas Marketplace Dollar Tree. So go there and look for them. I'm not sure if they still have them, but I grabbed like 2 packs of each. My husband thought I was ridiculous because I was just jumping up and down like a kid. So I cut out what I needed, and I laid them down on the board, kind of how the sign from Hobby Lobby looked. I don't have them down yet. I just kind of wanted to set it down. My word for looks kind of crooked and janky, but you know what? I kind of liked it. I was feeling it. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. This is a rustic sign. The good thing is at least I could kind of perfect the letters with this pointed brush. I really found this so useful. You can go back in with the black paint. You could go back in with the white paint. Get the word to look the way you want it to. And then what I did was I used this brush to get the seams of the boards with some black paint. It doesn't have to be pretty, but because as soon as I finished painting along the seams, I got my little piece of sandpaper and I kind of distressed it and roughed it up. Not too much because you don't want a lot of the paint to come up. But yeah, we're going to finish doing that, and then I'm going to rub on the leaves, and then once you glue down the letters, I'm going to actually take some Mod Podge and I'm going to cover everything because I do want Serafina to be able to clean this or dust it off. This tumbling tower box comes with the brown and regular colored building blocks. I use the brown ones to kind of save me some trouble of painting them, and I am getting some sandpaper and I'm just going to sand all of the edges and a little bit of the middle. I think I say later on I used about 44. You do end up having to cut 2. I'm going to tell you that ahead of time. I use a Dollar Tree saw, and the way you have to line them up is you basically have to get them right in the middle. You do have to go off of the board halfway. And I'm just showing you, yes, I covered the whole thing with Mod Podge already, including the letters, and I kind of went ahead and put them on there just so I could see how far off the jingle blocks had to be off of the board. I'm showing you that I did have to distress them with the sandpaper. Yes, Alita, we know. Thank you. Girl, you're doing too much. Go on.
Gotten done doing
and I'm showing you how it looks. See what I'm talking about? The edges, you do have to cut those too. And I'm using wood glue. And I found it easier to put 2 little dabs and then get a paintbrush and then spread it. Why am I showing? Oh, I know why I'm showing you. Because it was easier for me to put the wood glue into an empty Mod Podge container so that I could drop it. My wood glue top was stuck, so that's what I had to do. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. So please excuse the lighting in my bedroom. It is not the best, I know. So on the back of our board that we just got done with, I'm going to be mixing some glue with a little bit of water in this little planter that I got from Dollar Tree to kind of make like a water glue paste. And then I am going to spread it onto the back. I'm going to cover it with this brown craft paper that I got from Dollar Tree. I just want to cover up these signs and all of the popsicle sticks and the tape, just to kind of give it a finished look. It's not going to look perfect, but I just want to cover up all of that glitter so that it doesn't drop all over the place. Cut out the craft paper. I have my little mixture here of water paste, and I am going to brush it on. I don't know if this is gonna work. I've never done it before. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is what I am doing. So what ended up happening was I had to take off the paper first because it just was contact paper. So I had to wet down the boards with the mixture, and then I had to put this on top and really I actually had to pour it on there and then brush it on until I felt it was on there good enough. So hopefully this will dry and stick to the back. Project. This is 3 boards of these same Halloween boards that you can get at Dollar Tree. I just popsicled the back and taped per usual with wood glue. It's very, very sturdy. This is a wreath that I got at Walmart. If I can find the price for it, I will link it down in the description and maybe put it at the bottom of the screen. But this is just a wooden wreath. I am going to be painting it a pale green color, and I'll show you how I will get that. This is also an end that I got from Walmart. Same thing, I'll post information down below. I'm going to be putting it in the middle, actually. I've already painted this with the Apple Barrel white paint. But yeah, I'm going to be putting this in the middle, wood gluing it down, and then I will also be wood gluing down the end. I will be painting this black with the Apple Barrel black paint. I also have these tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree. I believe I have 44 of these, and I'm going to do a border on the outside like I did before. I will be painting these brown or staining them brown and then distressing them and then putting them all around the border like I did the last board. For this, I will also be distressing it with some brown just on the edges. I'm not going to worry about the holes, plugging up the holes, because the blocks will be covering those up. Before I actually start on this project, I am going to do the same thing that I'm doing with this board. I'm going to go ahead and cover up the back with the brown contact paper and my white paste glue solution. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Then in my little bowl that I have washed, I will add some of this green tempera paint. I do have different color greens, but this is, I want to use this one because I really like my other greens, and I can always just use this one in a pinch. I'm going to use this one, and I am going to mix some of the apple barrel white in it to give a light green color. So this is the green that I have come up with. I hope that it looks good. So what I did differently with this wreath is I kind of decided at the last second I'm going to use those rub-on transfers. I had one with all of these words on it, and I really wanted to put the words on the wreath, and I really wanted it to represent Serafina and Spencer and their relationship, their new marriage. I painted the end black, and then I distressed it with a little bit of white paint. Oh, and then too with the wreath, I also distressed it with a little bit of brown paint. I used the burnt umber folk art paint from Walmart, and I also used that on the sides to distress the board. I did not fill in the holes because this is a rustic board or a rustic sign. I really did not care about that. And of course, I Mod Podged everything. The wreath, the N, and the sign, because I want this to be able to be dusted or cleaned by Serafina. I also did the same technique on the back with the craft paper. It worked really, really good. And to kind of cut the edges, Dollar Tree also has these, what are they called? X-Acto knives. And it comes with different blades. And that worked so great. It was so sharp, and it got the edges clean off. So now it looks really polished. It looks like a really nice sign. It doesn't, cost as much as the Hobby Lobby signs. And using the regular wooden tumbling tower blocks from the game from Dollar Tree, I'm using the same amount because it's the same size board to put around. I am going to paint them a brown color and then distress them, and I'm going to wood glue them all around. Remember, it kind of goes off the board a little bit to make it all fit. But while I'm gluing this down, I do have to put something heavy on top of it. Now that I have all of this weight on the wooden wreath and the N, I'm going to start on the little blocks. These are the building tower blocks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be doing a mixture of the brown tempera paint, whatever, however you say that, from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to mix just a little bit of black apple barrel paint. I'm going to put it on top of this plastic that is wrapped around the can. And then I'm going to just do the tops and the sides of these. I'm not going to do the bottom because I don't need to. The paint job did not have to be perfect because we are going to be sanding them a little bit to kind of give them that distressed look. But I'm really loving how these turned out. And we just got to distress them. And I believe I showed how I distressed them in the other bridal sign. So that's all I'm going to do. Just going to get that paper and lightly sand. The glue is dried on the wreath. I took the stuff off that I had it weighed down with, and it is solid. The end is solid, and so is the wreath part. I really love how that came out. This is so cute. I can't wait to give it to them and have it be a pride of the decor. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Is I'm going to distress these a little bit, and then I am going to glue these down with the Gorilla Wood glue. It's looking so great. These on the corners, I'm going to have to cut them. I'm going to use a handsaw that you can find at Dollar Tree. I was actually surprised at how easy and quick it was to cut them.